Alright, so we all read anime and manga, obviously. Anyways, I'm gonna be talking about my favorite fight, and it is surprisingly not Gojo vs. Sukuna, because the ending of JJK kind of sucked, and it took the whole entire thing down a little bit. But anyways, I'm gonna be talking about the most controversial anime, My Hero Academia. And I know, My Hero Academia isn't the, one you want to be hearing when someone says favorite fight, but Iron All Might versus All For One is just, I love that fight for no reason. It may be because it's the first fight I was reading as the manga went on. I'm making this video now because it's finally getting animated. I like the animation, but I still think the manga's better. That's what I normally think. But today, I'm going to be talking about Iron All Might versus All For One. Just to basically talk about it. Alright, so I'm gonna get started by talking about what previously happened to lead up to this. So All Might has lost his power, and for the longest part in the show has completely just been, not at his top speed. He couldn't use his All Might form. It basically was like, okay, well, he's done. And then we see him, and eventually he goes into this Iron All Might form, which I was already hyped about because the design is sick. And he starts fighting All For One, his basically rival, and All For One cannot handle it. Because All Might is here to distract All For One from Deku, because he knows that even with his suit, he's nothing compared to All For One. But he perseveres during this fight. He really holds in until the very last second, fighting All For One with using the tech suit that was based off some of the kids' powers in 1A. And later in the fight, we see Stain show up, which Stain is one of my favorite characters. And he is on this little green goblin glider. But sadly, that doesn't last very long. Stain dying is just something I didn't expect, especially just since he wasn't in the story for very long, and it came up and boom, dead. And seeing All Might just slowly suit get damaged, because we all know how much we like suit damage. Come on, we all know it. That's why I like the compendium cover for Volume 4 of, Invincible. Anyways, I'm gonna also do an Invincible video later today or tomorrow. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. All For One is just, he wants All Might to die, and I really thought All Might was gonna die in this fight, and honestly, should he have? Probably. Would have been a really good death for the series, and worked well, but he doesn't. And, he doesn't really make it out very well at the end. As we see, All Might's basically laying on the ground, dying, and All For One is dragging his body around, showing all the little kids All Might's corpse. Which, this scene's pretty dark, but the scene gets better when Bakugo ends up fighting All For One, which I'm not going to get into here because I'm talking about All Might versus All For One. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning of the fight, where we see All Might punching All For One, and she's just like, oh, you're really going to try this? Like, dude, you're stupid for trying this. But as we see, he perseveres during the fight using a lot of different tactics. We also get to see All For One's diverse power set really utilized in this part. But we all know how this ends. All Might gets torn apart by All For One.